Okay, so if you're having shin pain with running, we need to be sure that the muscle that goes across the front of your lower leg, across your shin, is as flexible as it needs to be. So to stretch that muscle, my favorite way to do it is kneeling on the floor. So everyone to try it, come on, get down, hands and knees on the floor. Don't just sit and watch this video. I want you to try it with me. This one is definitely easiest to do without your shoes on, so go ahead and take your shoes off. I'll wait for you. Come on, you should be on the floor. So you're gonna start off on your hands and knees. If you have any kind of like shoulder issues or like arm or wrist issues, you could also do this just like leaning over on the couch. Like you don't have to have your hands on the floor. I just need to be sure that you have your big toe knuckles touching each other and your toes pointing away from you. And you always start in a position where you don't really feel a stretch. And then you're going to sit back towards your heels. So you'd sit back there. As soon as you feel a stretch on the front of the ankle, the top of the foot, you might feel a little in your shin. Usually you'll feel it more at the ankle and the top of the foot. You hold it there for 30 seconds and then come up out of it for just a second and go right back down into it again. So if I was doing this hands and knees, big toe knuckles touching, sit back onto my heels, stay there for 30 seconds, and then right back up again. Big toe knuckles are touching the whole time. So for me, when I first did this one, I tried to just sit back in this position, and one side I didn't feel anything, the other side I could tell that it was kind of tight. As my flexibility improved, I felt like once I got here in this position, if I didn't feel much of anything, I kind of scoop my knees forward just a little bit, and that gets the front of my ankle down closer to the floor. At this point right now, I don't have any shin pain. That muscle's not tight for me right now. I could actually go, yeah. I feel a tiny stretch right there. That's good. That's a good stretch. So I would stay here for 30 seconds. My shin's still touching the floor. I'm not like lifting my knees up in the air. But stay here for 30 seconds. At the end of 30 seconds, up for just a second, and then right back into it again. I really don't focus on this one right now because my shin isn't hurting and that muscle's not tight. Being able to kneel like this with your big toe knuckles touching in the front of your ankle completely down on the floor and not feeling any kind of tightness or pull or anything along the shin or the front of the ankle or the top of your foot, then you know if you can sit here, this is like normal range of motion. So I'd want to be sure that you can sit all the way back onto your heels and not really feel anything in the front of the lower leg. Then you know that you have good motion in that muscle.